Archaeologists in the Czech Republic discovered two important burial sites, including the largest early Bronze Age cemetery in Central Moravia. The find was made by experts from the Archaeological Centre Olomouc during an archaeological survey related to highway construction work. Archaeologists also found unusual circular grooves around graves dating to the Neolithic. The extensive burial grounds were mostly related to the Nitra culture, which inhabited the territory of eastern Moravia and southwestern Slovakia in the early Bronze Age. Experts uncovered 130 graves, making the site the largest site of the culture ever discovered. Vendula Vranova, who led the research, said, "Thanks to laboratory analyses we can reconstruct the physical appearance of the inhabitants of that time, their state of health, eating habits, genetic kinship, and migration strategies." The graves contain not only skeletal remains but also arms, copper ornaments, bone beads, stone arrows, a copper ring, and bone awls. Vendula Vranova added, "Among the discovered artefacts we also found a typical copper bracelet in the shape of a willow leaf." Men and women were buried differently, both in the position of the bodies and the apportioning of grave goods. For example, men were given boar tusks and hunting tools, while women had jewellery and antler beads in their graves. Archaeologists also discovered that the bodies of some of the deceased were manipulated after a long period of time. Vendula Vranova said, "The find indicates that these were burial rites of passage that took place even after the death of the individual and included manipulation of the body in its grave." The burial ground also included graves belonging to individuals of the corded ware culture. This, the researchers say, indicates that different cultures did not interfere with other cultures' graves. Older graves were likely marked by mounds that significantly dominated the landscape, the researchers say. The discovery suggests that the younger culture showed respect for the older graves. Another important site is the location in the Kreleva u Brukotin section, otherwise known as Sedmimaritsna, where archaeologists identified 4 different burial periods. The area was used for burial purposes for more than 3,000 years, from the end of the Neolithic until the 9th century, when the incoming Slavic population lived at the site. Here too, archaeologists discovered a burial site of the corded ware culture, dated to around 2600 BC. During the research they uncovered 17 skeletal graves, 4 of which were distinguished by their depth and rich equipment. According to the experts, these graves probably belonged to men who were buried with ceramic vessels and flint tools. In addition, we found a pair of axes in each grave, one sharpened and the other split, Vendula Vranova said. These artefacts are currently being subjected to microscopic analysis. In addition, there were circular grooves around the graves, which were probably the remains of wooden structures that separated the sacred space of the burial ground from the surroundings. This is only the 5th site where archaeologists have managed to identify perimeter grooves around graves. Another important find was the grave of a Germanic warrior with a shield and an iron spear from the 3rd century, which is the first such discovery in Central Moravia. At the cemetery, experts also uncovered 7 cremation graves where experts found typical metal jewellery associated with the Celts. The dig took place between August 2023 and April 2024. Archaeologists will now analyse the artefacts and skeletal remains they've discovered. Vendula Vranova concluded, "Laboratory analyses will bring new knowledge about the physical form of the inhabitants of that time, their state of health, nutrition and genetic kinship. Our work in the field is over, but now the most important part awaits us, detailed analysis and interpretation of the findings." But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.